بلساني يفقهوا قولي. My dear Excellencies, distinguished speakers, distinguished guests, welcome for this event. And of course we wanted to participate as Pacific Interlink as one of the main family business players in Yemen to share the challenges and of course the opportunities that are available in Yemen, so that everybody can exactly know what is happening over there and what is waiting for all the opportunities for outsiders to come and join us in Yemen to expand the operations and the economy of Yemen. The group, which is under the name of Ha'il Saeed Anam Group, HSA, has started its operation in 1938, which is already more than 72 years, and it is actually the oldest family business in the Middle East that has succeeded to continue expanding and enjoying all the opportunities that were available in Yemen until we moved on now into the third generation, which we are moving on. Pacific Interlink is one of the group companies, which is the headquarters in Kuala Lumpur. And before I go into Yemen and explain our interesting things to share with you, let me say that Pacific Interlink turnover in Malaysia is more than 8.3 billion ringgits of sales year that we are doing. And it contributes more than 13% of Malaysia export to the whole region. That means to the Black Sea, to the East Mediterranean, Red Sea, East Africa and GCC. And this company, if I'm going to say it's contributing 12% and doing this much of turnover, it is a Yemeni company that the people from Yemen came over here and decided really to also help and share all the opportunities that the Malaysian government has given us in order for us to work together and try to share these opportunities together. In Yemen, I was there from 94 to 98 as a GM of one of the plastic factories before I was transferred to Malaysia. And I think for any investor to decide to come to Yemen, one of the most important things that he really has to look into is the human resources. In Yemen, when we started in the 70s, we started in 1938, the group was formed. In the 70s, we decided to go to the manufacturing side. The group over there employs more than 26,000 employees in different manufacturing services and so on in Yemen. Now the most challengeable things for you to start a project, a factory, is the human resources. And the human resources means for you to go and invest heavily in buying machineries, very expensive machineries, high-tech machineries. You need to have somebody who can really operate that one, otherwise you're throwing your money for no need. You cannot buy a Mercedes and give it to somebody who doesn't know how to drive it, then you just wasted your money. So in the 70s, the group decided to do the training school, which is, we brought from outside, from Jordan, from Egypt, a lot of people who really contributed a lot to the training and educating all of the people that were around the villages on the projects that started in the city of Taiz. And it was a very challenging thing, because in the 70s, you could not even find proper people who would read and write. This is how simple it was in the 70s at that time. And you had to start from scratch. Today, if you go really to the city of Taiz, and you go and see the industries which is over there, from the confectionaries, to the plastic, to the lubricant plant, to the tin plates, to the recycling plant, to the tissues plant, you will be impressed. A lot of people that we have gone and met in a lot of international conferences and exhibitions, like raw material suppliers, machinery suppliers, when we talk to them a lot about Yemen, they would not believe of what we say until they come and visit us over there to our factories, our sites, and they really get impressed because they see the things in reality is available over there. Most of the multinational companies, from Shell to Mobil to Unilevers to Rothmans cigarettes, because we have our own Rothmans cigarette factory in Yemen, all those international, multinational companies that are working with us, we have got most of our know-how technology from them. They came over there, they saw the opportunity in Yemen, they saw the human resource is quite capable to handle their products and services over there, and they decided to join us in our local market in Yemen over there. They're very happy, and we have been working for them from the day they started. None of those multinational companies that have joined us has decided or even thought one day to pull out of Yemen. With all the challenges and the risks that are involved in any country, you will always have high risk with high return. Nobody will get just a high return with less risk. If there is no risk, then everybody will be there. And when everybody is there, then the returns becomes diminishing over there. Now, one of the most important things also I would like to add into this speech, the factory I was working in was consisting of 1,600 employees. Out of the 1,600 employees, we had only 11 expatriates from outside. And those 11 expatriates from different departments, not that we needed them to run the project or run the factory, but it was as a group policy, we will always have to keep some expatriates from outside in order for us to keep the information and sharing and brainstorming happening always from outside. We could do without any expatriates in Yemen. Actually, vice versa, if you go to see our operations in Indonesia and Malaysia, the factories that we are having here, we are having our own refineries and terminals and packing plants and everything. We are bringing people from Yemen to manage those factories. If you go and visit the factories, you will see the GM, the deputy GM, the financial controller, and some of the engineers are all Yemeni nationalities over there, that one. So physically, if I really talk about a person, about a human resource, he is the most important thing and the most important asset for the project to start. We have seen ourselves in some of the countries in Africa where we started to think of doing some project over there. One of the things that we have really suffered was that training people, getting people to run that factory was not that simple over there. So looking into these things, I would say Yemen has a lot of opportunities, and the group through all those years, from the 70s and now, have never stopped expanding until today. The last project that the group has done with all the propaganda that you can hear. I mean, I'll give an example. In 1998, in the Southeast Asia crisis that took place over here, the group found it the best opportunity for it to come and invest in Indonesia and invest in Malaysia, because the propaganda was too much that people were refraining from coming, that the project was very attractive to invest over here, and that was the entering point, that you can come here when people are worried. That's the time for you to enter into the market over there. We came and invested and did quite a good moves over there, and we went in. Yemen today, I will tell you, every year HSA group has a new project to add into that one. And it's not a small group, it's a mega group. That means if you go today, last year, HSA group started the cement factory. $200 million of investment. 1.7 million tons of cement production a year. That changed Yemen actually from an importing country of cement to an exporting country of cement. The year, 2 years before that, the wheat mill, the largest wheat mill that is available is in Aden. We have our own private jetty with 200,000 tons of short tanks capacity that is located in the port of Aden. The largest bank in Yemen, the Tadawun Islamic Bank, belongs to the group and run all by Yemenis. We don't have even a single expatriate running that bank, from the top to the bottom over there. So if you really look into all the services, from the bigger ones, like the cement, to the smallest one, even a confectionery plant over there, the capabilities and the knowledge and the training are the most essential things in Yemen, and the people there are capable of handling it. I'll just run a small example before I conclude my speech. We used to have one of our German guys from Germany. He worked with the group for many years. especially in the 80s when we started our factories in Thais. And this gentleman, he has supervised most of our commissioning projects in the plants in Yemen and offshore, also in the UK, and of course other places. So he was commenting to the Yemeni people. He said, whenever I used to come and supervise the commissioning of the companies that come over there, you will always see the Yemeni worker keep watching and seeing and very anxious to know what is happening. He wants to learn. And it doesn't take him much time. In a couple of days, he already knows how to play with the computer and run the machine in a very short period of time. While if you look into offshore, he said, I've supervised so many places other than outside Yemen over there, and I could see people will just wait until the things are in place. They will just read the manual, follow the procedures, and they will do what exactly is being told them to do on that one. Which sometimes you need to have people who are actually having the guts to say, I want to be better than what I am now on that part. And this is of course what we see it and find it in Yemen. In the end, I would highly encourage anybody who really wants to decide to have any visits to Yemen. We will be more than welcome as HSA Group to open all of our factories, all our projects, all of our experience to be shared with anybody at any time. And I would like to thank the Yemen ambassador for arranging this time for me to present my experience, and I wish inshallah everybody the best. Thank you very much. Assalamu alaikum.